Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Live in the Living Room. Welcome. Ooh-wee. Hold on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live in the Living Room. I am your host, Big Rand. Off to my left is my boy, Tony Tone.
Woo-woo. How everybody doing tonight?
And we got a special guest in the house coming back for round 2. And if you're on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, it's my boy, Sleep in the house, founder and CEO of Seaball.
Yes, what's going on?
Good evening, brother, and welcome back to the show.
Yes, thank you.
It is definitely good to have you aboard the show.
No doubt.
Let me get into the first question. Right now, I noticed that you work with a lot of children.
Yeah.
I need to know one thing. I want to get right directly into this. How many of your children that you deal with are homeless?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I do know some. A few are in homes, like
Group homes.
Group homes.
That would be considered. You know what?
Okay.
That could
Yeah,
be considered.
I got you.
That could be considered homeless because it's not their parents.
Got you.
So I can consider that to be homeless.
I have to disagree with that.
No, because a group home is not a family setting.
But you have a home.
Mm.
If we speaking on homeless, you have a home.
If you lived in a group home, would you consider that a home?
It's not what you consider, it's what you have, based on what I've been reading.
Boom.
So is a shelter a home too?
You guys are the greatest.
I'm just saying. I appreciate your love. But,
oh my God.
All right, but okay, so is the shelter considered a home too? Because according to a shelter, that means you're homeless. So
yeah, if you at a shelter, that's a temporary place. Being at a boy's home don't have to be temporary.
Yeah, if you at a boy's home.
Okay, so put a limit on temporary. How long is temporary?
Because you only could be at a group home to a certain age, man.
You guys are really
you can only
show.
Yo, you can only be in a group home from ages, I believe, maybe 6, maybe, I don't know, 6
Okay,
to
so
maybe
hold up,
18, 21.
Okay, so what they do? They throw you away after that?
No, they send you go off into a different type of setting. It's a different type of
Group home?
Yeah, you go off into an older group home. You go off into what they would call an adult setting. You know how Waters Place. You know how in Waters Place when their patients
That's mentally ill.
But wait, when they're mentally ill get to be a certain age, they move them to the bigger adult facility.
The bigger mentally ill place.
Well, it's the same thing as group home.
The upper room.
I'm gonna consider that homeless sleep. I'm sorry.
I hear you. Whatever works.
I apologize. We even went off for you.
No, listen. I love it. It's entertaining.
Okay, so you have a couple of them that are in the group home.
Yes.
How do you handle that? Because you know they're not getting the necessary home environment that they need.
Yes.
Is it hard to fulfill those?
It's overwhelming because it's so many issues that we deal with, and with us being an after school program, with us being a social gathering of providing youth and families and community with wonderful events and programming, we are hit with those real issues of, hey, I'm this or I'm that. And we handle it accordingly as best as we can, and we shoot it to the right agency. And we really want to get deep into it where we rectify the situation, but we know that our capacity is not that strong right now. So that's why we, when we hear it, we'll say, hey, listen, have you thought about X, Y, and Z? But it hurts my heart because it's so much I want to do, but I can't at this moment. So
the government can limit you sometimes when you're trying to do certain things, even when it's the right thing.
Hell, the city
they limit you. I'm just saying they limit you on the fact of getting licensed.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Getting licensed
I ain't
and
gonna
things
talk
like
too
that.
much, but I hear you.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny because he's right. I mean, if the government, I'm gonna say the city. I'm gonna go before the government. I'm gonna say the city because the city makes it difficult. The city makes it difficult to keep your kids off the street. They make it difficult because they cut so many programs to build other programs that don't even work. And you get a lot of groups in a certain age group who are left out. So we're going to go.
It gets to political.
Yeah,
it gets very political.
Well, it's always going to be political.
Yeah.
It's always going to be political because it's all about the numbers.
I want to see somebody jump out there and say they're going to do something for the kids.
You know what's funny?
What?
Go ahead, sleep, go ahead, please.
Okay, it's, because I'm not in their shoes with some of the elected officials, and I do see some good that they do, and from the outside looking in, I say, I know they can do more.
Yes.
And
yes.
And I don't know because I'm not in their shoes, so I really don't know what they're facing or what they're battling, because everything.
What their options are.
Yeah. Some are just not good.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry. Look. I'm gonna cut the punches here.
Okay.
When we're dealing with officials, you are dealing with people who have authority, high ranks in certain things that they do. Mm-hmm. They have no problem with paying themselves. They have no problem with giving a raise. It calmed down. Try to get it back. We lost the Facebook for a minute. We're going to try to get it back.
And Livy, shout out to you. We see you watching.
You see, I can't really understand why. Just go back, hit the live again. I really can't understand why it's so difficult, because at this point in time, politicians are giving each other raises. Welcome back to the Facebook. We're sorry for the interruption that happens from time to time, but please join in again. If you got cut off, you join us again. We're in the house with Sleep Johnson. He is founder and CEO of Seaball. Please get it together. Please follow him. Yeah, no. I want people to follow you. This is why I brought you back for the second time. I want people to follow you, understand. As a matter of fact, before we get back to what we're talking about, we share a mutual friend in Mr. Barnes. He knows you. You know him too. We almost look alike, but I can't wait to get you two together. Yeah, he's from 161st Street.
Okay.
He works under Miss Clark. You know him.
I gotta.
Yeah, you know him, but he's a very good. Some of his issues I wanted to bring to the table tonight, and one of his issues is trust amongst the youth, and I think the city has a problem with that, and they don't want to admit that. We have a lot of programs out there for people who are private funding who are willing to deal with a lot of youth who the city will not get involved with, who the city will drag their feet on and will not say, you know what, this program might help a certain group of kids. Look, it's getting to the point where the city, private agencies, a lot of people don't want to deal with a child over 15. It gets to be an issue.
Okay.
But here you are. You dealing with all ages that you can.
We have an extended life program from
Yes.
18 to 24. So we deal with 6 through 17, and we're really pushing hard now for our 18 to 24s, because we know that when they hit as an adult, quote unquote, people think that they should have it together. And I know when I hit 18, I didn't have it together.
No, you don't, definitely.
When I 19, I have it together.
Yeah.
20, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it took me a little while to really understand this life, and we all still learn, but it's hard during those ages, and people just throw them to the gray area and figure it all out because you're an adult. And but back to the homelessness and all of that. Again, it stems to trying to find if it's elected official, if it's funding, if it's or if it's an after-school program or organization. At the end of the day, it comes down to funding. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it does.
And someone that cares, and then we stem into that conversation about our elected officials to help support those organizations, to help support youth that are homeless. So it just always comes down to politics, and it's sad, but I know that's not the main topic of what we focus on, but it just streamlines back to that.
Come on, it's what it is.
It goes back to that, and yeah, man, I just we just on the front line, pulling on them, doing the good work that we can to try to erase all of these issues that we deal with, from if it's poverty, if it's homelessness, if it's hunger, all in that vein that we deal with in our community. we try to address as best as we can.
I wanna focus on the issue of something that just happened, but before that, I want to read this. In October 2018, there were 63,559 homeless people, including 15,572 homeless families, with 23,136 homeless children. All together, you're talking about over 100,000 people in New York City alone who are homeless.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this. They just legalized, or they're trying to legalize marijuana. No, this is not the topic a lot of people want to hear, but I'm making a point.
Mm-hmm.
If they legalize this marijuana, it becomes legal. Now they're trying, because it's when. Okay, when.
When.
Good point.
That's basically a win.
They're talking about using the money for transit. I don't have a problem with that. Because, listen, man, this thing is going to generate a lot of money. But I never heard anybody say, you know what? We can also put that money to good use. Schools, youth, computers. It should be, when you get this thing, everybody is going to flourish from this one thing. I hate to say that a pharmaceutical or a drug can be a gateway to a lot of people finding, wait. I'm saying to finding their programs funding. For the program funding, yes, it might work. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know where to start. Because you say you hate to see it, and it's been going on since the aspirin.
We understand that.
So what's different now?
Because now it's a different that the money's being showed up front. Technically, you couldn't see.
They had to show it up front.
Technically, you couldn't see what a pharmaceutical company or a drug company was doing unless you were involved in Wall Street. Unless you knew how to play your numbers, you could not see what was doing what and what the government was doing. You could not see that. Now, with the exposure of marijuana and making it legal, they are actually showing you what the numbers can generate just from marijuana alone. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people should really pay attention.
That's their motivation. We all know that.
Okay, but the motivation, now there should be no excuse for youth funding. That's my point. You're making a stress about doing it for transit, but here we have a young man who has his own program, who's looking for funding. Am I correct?
That's a fact.
And he has a group which is working with what he calls 18 to 24. And why now?
Which is a good range.
Which is a good range.
Might need to drop that a little bit because the one's a little younger than that.
Hey, listen, you got to start somewhere. I mean, you can lower the number and begin the number, but my point I'm trying to make is why he can't get to tap into that budget too, or the transit's tapping into. Because they trying to tap into.
What they're going to say is he has to apply.
Yeah, and that's a long rigor of Moreau of all kind of stuff that you know I've been learning through this crash course of, hey, listen, if you want this funding, you gotta fill out X, Y, and Z, and sometimes it's easy to fill out, and sometimes it's very difficult, and I just go with the bumps and bruises, and then sometimes when you get there, you finally finalize something, you send it off, you in a pool of 1,000, of 1,000,000, 100,000, and you don't receive the funding, so you go in another direction. It's like a rat race. One thing I want to touch on, as you were saying, the legalizing of marijuana. You know, someone just recently, I mean, 2 days ago, was like, "Sleep, yo," because they know I'm business savvy. And,
Come on, man.
And I can get certain things done. Yo, we should open up one. And I'm like, I said, bruh, do you know what I do? I deal with kids in community. Even though it's going to be legalized, do you understand that I can't still touch that?
Wait, and I'm going to elaborate on that. It's legal now. So no. See, this is where people...
You already know I'm turning this way. I'm going to listen, though.
No, because people have to stop with the shameness of, this is... No, if the government is making it legal, that means that...
Oh, only because if the government...
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. What I'm saying is, I understand that he's working with the youth. Yeah. I've been screaming this for years, that if people will put their money together to buy a business that the government is offering, and you're working with youth, now I do see the dilemma, because there's no way in the world Batman could work with the Joker and think everything gonna be all right.
Listen,
I get it.
So
Come on.
So
come
here
on.
it is.
I don't have a problem.
Like, if I wasn't doing what I was doing, then I have a business, bone in my body where I'd be like, okay, let's go, let's do it. But then I still got to answer to a bunch of parents, a bunch of elected officials that people still won't get used to. They won't get used to the turning of the tides of this being legalized. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still going to take time for people
Totally.
to feel and understand. And they're going to be like, wow, so you just are opportunist, Sleep Johnson. You jumping on weed, and we still feel like that's not right.
Nah.
It's people that will say that.
I'm sorry.
Which that's why you have to understand. Just like you and I don't always agree.
I do understand.
It's the same situation. We're gonna have the people that's gonna say, yeah, it's good for the economy,
and then
the others
have
going to say
no.
You might as well just tell our kids to keep it in their book bag.
I understand that, but we're not talking about the use of marijuana. We're talking about the funding of marijuana. What if he's talking about owning a business? We are not talking about drug use on the corner, people. Let's understand what we're talking about.
Okay.
We're talking about the profits that marijuana of owning a field or whatever you want to call it, a store, however you want it, is what the funding can do for the youth.
Okay, I understand. Okay, let's say
now,
this.
I'm not saying everybody abuses something. Alcohol is the most abused drug of a liquid form there is, but yet there's a liquor store on every fucking corner. And yet we look past that, but how many liquor stores are on the back of baseball T-shirts on Little League? How many? You look at the Spanish culture, that is a thing. No matter where you get that sponsor money from, it is about them kids. I don't care if you get
I gotta look closely because I
look at the.
I'm not in the baseball league, so I don't see it. So,
as a person who used to coach and do it, I'm sorry I get a little adamant when I talk about.
You see
kids.
Corona on the back.
Listen. You see Corona. It's whatever it takes to make sure that kid could swing a bat, put on a hat, uniform, and shoes, just like his associates.
Just because Corona can support something that's positive, that's not saying that coach is involved with the Corona. And hold on, I got another point though.
So why is it hard for him to own a business and have another business that has youth? It doesn't cross. He's not sitting on the corner.
I understand what you're saying.
The
I'm gonna give you an example.
Give me lashes.
The people that you're dealing with are not adults.
No. They don't have the same way of thinking as you would like them to have. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But that's just like prostitution. Prostitution became legal. You think they really want their kids working with a man that has a legal prostitution thing across town?
You know what the problem is that makes it so hard for people to deal with the fact that it's being legalized. What's wrong is being right. And people can't see that because the first thing that they say, it's a drug.
Wait a minute. What's wrong is being right. So on their behalf, the ones who disagree with that, just because the government say it's okay, that makes it good?
No.
Okay, so why was it good for all this time?
Because
the government say it's okay.
Because what makes it good is because the government say that you can buy it and get taxed for it, pay for it, and it's legit. That's what makes it good.
Because the government say that.
Just because the man owns a business doesn't mean he has to be around the product. His objective is only the book.
That doesn't.
I'm just saying because
that's why certain people don't. Okay, that's why that's with the Neil thing. That's with the Neil thing and the national anthem and all that.
I don't believe this. I don't believe that everybody's going to really have a problem.
No, with everybody. There's going to be a lot of people that think like you, and there's going to be a lot of people who think opposite. Listen, that's why we got Democrats and Republicans.
I know where I'm from, and I know sometimes it don't make a difference to a lot of people. But where I'm from, when the youth has a program, however we get that money is how we get it. And I'm not saying, and that's the whole thing when people look and they say, well, you know what? Oh, you take it. No, that's not what I mean. Because when you say things like that, the first thing a person thinks like, oh, he's taking illegal money. No, that's not what that means.
Well, it's hard where, if I try to stay on the right path, which I'm on the right path, and anything that seems kind of gray or people may look at it like that, I try to stay away from. And that's what I do because I understand where I'm trying to go with what I'm trying to do. And it's going to be very powerful when that happens. And I'm just taking my little steps, and I don't need no weed store in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
With your name in the backdrop.
See, and I'm good. It's not a weed store on the corner. It's a dispensary. This is a big thing.
No, it is, and I know it will make a lot of money.
Let me ask you this. So if I was to open one and say, "Let's sleep, I want to sponsor your kids with you," you wouldn't take my money?
Yes, I would.
Okay. That's all I ask.
But me?
Yes.
Setting up shop? Me?
Being the owner.
They know that Sleep Johnson
it's that line.
But if I'm receiving money from you, then I'll be like, cool, no problem. Now here is the little gray area.
Yeah,
if you say, yo, I want to give it from the kindness of my heart, I don't want nothing. Now, if you say, I'm going to give it, but I want you to put Randy's Weed Smoke Shop
on the back of the uniform. Yeah.
I'm going to be like, Rand, check this out. I can't do that.
You definitely can't do that because I know that the word weed within itself.
Okay, so if it's legal, what's the shame?
But here's the thing, and I'm being honest with you. If you get an opportunity, take a look at your local little leagues, even the basketball. Some of your basketball teams have certain sponsors on their shirts that might be liquor stores, that might be smoke shops. You don't know what it is.
I haven't in the basketball world. I haven't seen it.
Okay, I think I've seen the baseball ones that you're speaking of. Because they say a grocery store, because a grocery store represents them.
Right,
like the one on Tremont, they represent a baseball team, and they got the store on the banner.
So my thing is, my thing is always been this, and maybe I'm wrong, but I always felt like, yo, listen, man. When I was a coach, I used to have cake sales. And I used to do a lot of cake sales. I used to do a lot of raffles, a lot of tournaments. To me, it really didn't matter where the money came from. And I'm pretty sure some of the people who came through that door, that money wasn't what it was supposed to be. But it's for the youth. And let's face it, the city, the government, the federal people, they're not taking care of our youth.
Well, a donation is always fine.
Yeah, but the problem is the kids don't get the donation. See, what I'm trying to tell you is the kids don't get the direct money. They get the money after the money is passed around. So if you got Sleep who's saying, yo, I reached for $100,000 in the budget, right? Now this person might put in, but they might put in for $300,000, $400,000. You know what I mean? Or Sleep might not even get that whole $100,000. They might tell him, well, you know what, Sleep, we only could get you 40. Because 60 of that got passed around through the hands who had to make it happen. I'm saying that it's time to start giving our youth direct money.
But normally when somebody, I'm going to say invest or give a donation, they want a receipt. So a lot of the time
then it's not a donation.
Public. That made
I always said that a person
made public. Those things are made public. I give you $1 million for something, it's going to be public.
This is what I'm saying. My thing is, if you give it away, you shouldn't ask for a receipt, tax return, or nothing. You know, I'm going to tell you why. Listen.
Go ahead.
It's not really giving it away. What you're asking for is a break on the gift.
I'm not asking for a break. Just because you get a break on the gift, that's different.
If you're giving somebody something, you're giving it to them with the expectation that you're never going to get it back. You don't need a receipt. Go ahead, take it, go on with yourself. I'm done with it.
You can do that.
Well, then why are you asking for receipts and tax? See, my thing is you're not giving it away because you want the tax write-off.
No, not even just that. You have to report certain monies like that you distribute, regardless whether it's gift. Yes,
no, you don't. It can be done without anybody having to report. Listen, man.
I didn't say it couldn't. But, okay, I'm going to give you a perfect example. You give the money, say, to the Boys Club. The Boys Club then bought all these uniforms, and then on their tax bracket, they got to say where they got this money from. They don't have to file where they got that money from?
A gift.
Okay, from who? They're going to want to know from who?
No. If you know,
that's just like when you register, you get a new car. They're going to ask you how you got the car.
And I'm the Boys Club guy.
Okay, but I'm telling you on the DMV.
It's a gift because I fill out those papers. It's a gift. A gift doesn't have to be recognized.
You don't have to say where you got the gift from?
It's a gift.
Okay.
It's a gift. Okay. And it came through the proper channels, so it's a gift. So if a man goes to the director and says, listen, I'm giving specifically, I don't know the word if I'm using it right, I'm giving $1,000 to the gym.
Right.
The money goes to the gym. It doesn't go anywhere else. It goes to the gym. Look, somebody donated money to the gym. So He doesn't have to leave his name or nothing like that. He left a check. That's it.
It all, and you're right. And both is right, because one is, if you have it and you're not worrying about nothing, you want to be in your box of, nobody have to know. Here's a check, make it happen. The thing is, a lot of people don't trust people. Amen. So they give it and they're like, yo, I want to make sure that when I give you this money, it's going here. Because there's been many times that people give money and then
like you said,
it goes somewhere else.
Have you ever been promised money but didn't get it?
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
Kind of.
I mean, where you're actually told yes, and the check never comes.
I've been.
Probably depend on who they setting it from.
That's true.
Let me really think about this. No, I mean, the money, when people say they're going to give me money, they usually give it. It's just that I think a lot of times, sometimes that they'll say they want to give it and they really don't, and then they'll just keep looping it around to the point that I just be like, okay, give up. I'm not that person though. So I'm like to the point that, oh, you say you're going to give me X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to keep on you until you tell me no. Or it may be to the point that I need to get some things together, so I'll wait it out.
You know what I always...
And still be able to rely on that in the backdrop while you still focus on something else. I got you.
Yeah. You know what bothers me too? That our minorities don't support each other.
Oh, that's
a damn bad. It's an issue that we have. It's very hard, and I'm gonna use, if I may say black. I'm gonna say a black man don't want to see another black man be successful, and he's not a part of it.
I don't fully agree.
Right, I was about to say so.
I don't fully.
It's
agree.
okay. You partially agree.
Depend on the black man.
That's okay because he partially agreed. That means we in the same ballpark. But go ahead, please finish that one.
I mean, I feel that a good majority from my 42 years on this earth. I felt that. I feel that every day.
Yeah.
And then it's people that I see that generally say, yo, nah, I want to see you win. It's not a lot, you know what I'm saying? And then if it's seeing you win, it's, I'm going to give you this, and it may not be much, or it's what I have, or whatever. So I accept it. And then some people just want something, and, you got to figure it all. It's so many categories of just figuring it all out. And that's what when I say our people, I just say it's so many categories. And what are you? Are you lying to me? Are you BSing me? Or you just want to take me along the journey? Like, so
I'm afraid, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm afraid to ask for money. I'm afraid to ask for help to get to the next level, because I don't want to be looked upon as that person like, oh, you need help. Of course you need help to get to the next level. Everybody needs help to get to the next level.
Well, I'm not afraid to beg. So,
ain't too proud to
like
beg.
Listen, however you see me, I'm happy within my life and myself to the point that you can't really rattle me to make me feel no kind of way. I know that my purpose of begging you and asking you and keep on you, because I know that when I do receive, I'm going to bless them, and they're going to be smiles. And so I go through the punches or whatever the case may be, because once you give it to me, I know exactly where it's going, and I know they're going to be there. Like, for instance, if you saying you're going to give me $10,000, and I got kids that want to record in the studio, but I need an engineer to record them. I need to pay that engineer, and then that mixing engineer, and they cost, and it comes up to $7,000 or whatever the case may be. So I need that $10,000 because these kids is writing and they ready.
They ready to go.
I need that. You gonna give me that $10,000? Okay. Once I get it, boom. All right. Now everyone's happy because they like, oh, you hear that? And I'm like, yeah. They don't know that I went through a few punches and uppercuts and stuff like that to get that.
That's why I don't want to ask. Because, you know, the whole thing is a person can see what you're doing. A person can see your progress. They will follow your progress, but they will ignore your progress.
Oh, yeah, fact.
Because they'll be all right with you until you start put your hand out. When you start put your hand out, then it's like, well, it look like you doing well. Mm-hmm. Why are you asking us for money? Yeah. Because there's the next level. There's always something.
There's more kids.
There's more kids. That's right. Mm-hmm. You know? And I have this thing. I mean, I'll say we have this thing that we put together here. And all of this right here took time and effort. Mm-hmm. You know how many times you want to reach out to the community and say, yo, listen, we're trying to get better mics. We're trying to get better headphones. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get better lighting. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get better stuff. And all because we want to let our community shine. Mm-hmm. So if we can shine, you can shine.
No doubt.
And you know what the response was? Absolutely nothing. But it's okay because we got it anyway.
Mm-hmm. And they like the saying go in the field of dreams. When I first heard it, if you build it, they will come.
Amen.
So you know, it's like everything. You have to build it because it's almost like not too many people gonna help you build it.
I know. I realize that now.
You know, but once you build it, the people be like, oh, I wanna. It's value now. I see value. So here's my hand in trying to help you get along to wherever you need to be. And then there's some people that may say, I want to chop this down because he ain't let me in, or I don't like what he doing, or I don't have it. So you gotta, that's what I'm saying, you gotta see the levels of the people and say,
hatred is real.
Yeah. Is it love? Is it hate?
The devil's always at work, man.
Yeah. So, you know, we pushing, but, you know, we got some good things cooking, and I know for a fact that if this deal happens, which I feel like it is, I feel like we'll be in a very strong position to really truly do some powerful things. So I'm gonna pray on it, you know, and
we're gonna pray on it.
We praying with you, man.
2019, we'll see.
Man, we following you now.
Yeah, 2019.
Definitely. And speaking of following you, I had a couple of people ask me via text your information, how they can get in contact with you. What's your, you know?
Okay.
Get your pencil and paper, y'all.
That's a weird question right now.
You got a lot of contacts, man.
No. All right, so it's a revealing of we're moving from one location to another, and the contact information will change. But we always have an email. I'm just saying. I was trying to get a phone.
Give out the email. Give out the email,
and then we'll go from there. Because I like talking to people. You know what I'm saying? More than So the email is. My direct email, asleepjohnson@gmail.com. So that's ASLEEP Johnson JOHNSON@gmail.com. Email me and then we'll figure it out. And
what about Facebook or anything like that?
Facebook, it's Seaball Social. You can catch us, on Facebook and Instagram, Seaball Social, and that's where you can catch us there. But yeah.
All right, for those of you who've been paying attention on Facebook, we are talking to Sleep Johnson, founder and CEO of Seaball. Listen, man, we want to thank you for coming out.
It's always a pleasure. I'm already looking forward to when you come back and tell me how things have blossomed since we last spoke.
Definitely, because it's going to be something I believe is going to be powerful. As long as it is I keep nourishing it. And
man. Listen, we are all for the kids. It's about to happen.
I feel like 2019 is really a special year for.
Listen, anything you want to break and you want to get out on the Facebook or the YouTube, just come on the show. I'm gonna always make a spot. Listen, once I get in touch with our homie and she calls you, because that's our manager now. So. Yes, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. I felt like we have a good thing going on here. We're trying to build a positive radio station, and I believe in taking the people from the community with me.
Okay.
I don't really want to work with other people, but I do have outside. Oh, excuse me. I do have outside people that I do work with. Mm-hmm. So, but I want to be able to give my youth a chance in my area first. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Phone call. I am with giving our youth a chance first because that's what we like. Mm-hmm. You know, we like to give our youth a chance. Mm-hmm. So, listen, anytime you got anything you want to break, anything you want to do, please, come on, man. Livinroom Trt is here, man.
When we have it packaged up and ready, like we definitely gonna break it.
And you said you get ready to move also? Y'all get ready to relocate?
Yeah, from one office location to another office location, and yeah, that's interesting, and it'll happen. 2019.
Might even think of doing a off-site.
That's what I was just about
coming
to
up,
tell him.
like when it starts getting warm, March.
So here it is.
Coming up off-site.
We're going to do like this press day of the kids once we put this music together and invite the industry and the press together and just to cover these kids and the dynamic music that we're putting together. Oh, wow. I don't know if I spoke about it last time, but we have a group called the Young Millennials, and AKA the YM Squad. And it's pretty much 11 teens and young adults from 16 to 24 years of age. And we got 17 producers that have submitted tracks. Those that have credits and plaques on their walls, some that don't.
You see what
so
I'm
the
saying?
production is heavy. I was assistant A&R at Loud Records, so I know how to get that. I market, I promote, I know how to do that. We got some promo record people that is at big record labels that is going to push our music. We got some professional PR people. We are a non-for-profit recording label, and we do 1-year deals of artist development. So it's pretty much to set the youth up to get signed to a major. So we don't hold you.
I was just about to say you're not holding on.
We don't hold
a vice grip.
Nah, we don't hold them at all. We just want to build you up, give you to a major wherever you want to go, and we have that
like a filter.
We have that that reach to a lot of labels. We got to reach to almost every place we can imagine. If it's not one direct call, is this call to that call. So it's all about, which we know the music got to be dope. So we are making sure that it will be. We headed to Hot 97 Power 105 and 105.3 in February. So it's going to be a major push behind this. And again, we got traditional hip hop with the bars. We got today of the flow and the wavy. We got male singers, female singers. We got females and males. It's all in one group. You've never heard a group of 11 ever before in one group. Rap group.
I thought they was doing different stuff, dancing and all of that.
Nah,
they all harmonizing into one song?
Well, no, they're all solo artists in a group.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it's something special. And
we need to start covering those events. We do.
Yeah, we plan to go mobile. All of that.
Yeah, so in a minute, once it's all together, we're in the studio cooking it up and yeah.
Which age group? It doesn't matter. It's just
16 to 24.
24 in the studio?
Yeah. We have really, we don't have a 16-year-old. We have 17s all the way to 22. So whoever's in there, and we adopting more schools. We got 2 schools coming in January, and we're gonna filter more talent. Okay. We want youth that know how to do graphic design and video editing, and if you don't, we'll help teach you and mold you in that area.
See what I'm saying? The opportunity.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, they're gonna be hands on a lot of things. It's the radio side. Y'all know about the radio. The Seaball Clubhouse radio show is the kids. We got the YM Young Millennials recording, and we have a graphic editing department with kids too. So from us producing the music, putting the video together, putting it out, we have our own platform where it goes out, and it's all youth based. So
no better place to start than with
that's what I'm trying to tell you. See what I'm saying?
Just a matter of time.
Listen, if you're out there, come on now, look it up. Seaball C-Ball.
Even y'all young ones, there's something out there for y'all to do.
Yeah. Come on, let's get involved. This is a great.
I want to say this last thing.
Please.
So once we throw this positive music out, because it's gonna be positive, but it's gonna be edgy. So it's not corny. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But we don't use the N-word. And our promotional, we don't curse. In the album, I tell the youth, curse only if you feel you have to. But the album is called mental therapy. So when you're going through mental therapy, you may get angry and you may curse.
And they need to lash out.
We're going to justify if you do hear a curse when the album drop. It ain't gonna be much, but it's going to make sense when you hear it. If you're upset and you say in your rhyme you upset, it should drop there. Not just F-F-O-K B.
Right.
No,
you're right.
None of that. And the N-word definitely no. Yeah. Only, I mean, like extremely only if you have to say it, but I don't think you should. So we're working those kinks as I'm dealing with young adults.
You're
so
dealing with youth. Yeah.
I'm battling every day. And to wrap it up, when we put it out there, we want it to go in the ears of 16 to 24 or younger or even older, where then we bring them into our own membership, which we already have. So it's something, again, that when it happens, people be like, oh, I get it. I now understand what he's been working on, and I would like for you guys to be a part of that.
We definitely man, listen, no, you can be a part of it. We coming. Shit. Listen, for those who've been listening, because you know he got to run, he got things he's doing. Sleep Johnson in the house, C-Ball, founder and CEO. We'd love to have you back. Live Facebook, YouTube. You have a good night. We're going to see you again, Sleep. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, this is crazy. This was a good show, man. I love to always see my people with my youth, man. I love to see my youth get it together. Always, man.